Jasmine Demers. My grandmother passed from HD last year in February, and she had HD for my entire life, really for as long as I can remember. She was struggling with symptoms, and we knew that her father had HD also and died of HD before her. So it was something that my family's known about in our family for a very long time. My dad was also diagnosed with HD a few years ago in 2015, and he's, in mid stages right now. He's struggling. He struggled a lot with the psychological symptoms at the very beginning of it, and started, developing those movements over time. And he's doing well right now, though. He's doing, the best that he can with the situation. And then myself, I tested positive for HD in 2019, and I have 42 CAG repeats, just like my grandmother and just like my dad. And, I live with that every day, and I love advocating for the disease, and that's really why I'm involved today, because my family has been so impacted by it, and I'm impacted by it. My siblings are also at risk, so I just want to do as much as I can to be as involved as possible. Families, including mine and including so many people throughout the world that are struggling to access resources and are struggling to navigate this very, very complex disease. I think it's so important for people to understand how many different aspects of your life this disease impacts, and how it's not just an individual, it's an entire family that is being impacted. Whether they have HD or not, your entire family is being just, completely impacted by the effects of this. And it's really true when people say that it's like 3 different diseases combined: ALS, Parkinson's, and Alzheimer's. It's all combined into one, and it's so difficult. And a lot of families don't even want to talk about it. There's still that sort of stigma attached to the disease, even in 2021. And we need more people to get involved, and we need more people to fight and advocate for these people who can't speak for themselves and don't have a voice and don't know who to reach out to. And it's just so important. To reach out to people. When I was growing up, I think one of the hardest parts for me was knowing that was feeling like I did not have anybody who knew what I was going through, and feeling like I was just completely alone. And watching my grandmother struggle with the symptoms, especially the psychological symptoms, and attempting suicide several times, and then watching my dad go through the exact same thing, I just felt like I couldn't talk to anybody about it because nobody could understand. But when I was a few years ago, I really wanted to start getting involved, and I found a connection through HDSA, our local social worker, who told me about NYA, which is the National Youth Alliance, and I immediately got involved, and I was able to connect with a bunch of people my age who knew exactly what I was going through. And I went to camp a few years ago, and some of the people that I went to camp with are some of my best friends still today, and I talk to them often. And these are people that I don't have to explain what HD is, and I don't have to, sit there and recite a definition of the disease, and I can really just be comfortable and feel completely at home with them, and not have to explain anything. And that's so, so important. And we can help each other because we're going through similar things. One of my best friends in NYA is, her dad is at the same age as my dad is. And so I think that having that connection and being able to just talk to somebody who knows what you're going through is so important. So please don't feel like you're alone, and please feel like you can reach out to your local chapter or anybody at HDSA, and they will help you through this and help give you hope for the future.